Episode 7 of 1923 stacked up even more pieces to think about, as we anticipate an action-packed finale that brings resolution to multiple storylines. But we think there's a good chance that our expectations are going to be let down. One of the biggest questions surrounding 1923 is whether or not Spencer will make it to Montana in time for the season finale. In this video, we are going to break down our answer to this question and dig into what to expect from the end of Season 1, tackling 5 key insights that we have gained from the latest episode. Stick around to see if you agree with our big prediction at the end. Let's get started with Number 1. Spencer's importance to the finale. In Episode 7 of 1923, we continue to see Spencer and Alexandra make their way closer to Montana. We've been following Spencer's journey through Africa and the path back to the States for the entire season now, so we know that his role is crucial to the show. With tensions building back at the ranch, Spencer's presence is certainly needed. We have seen how Spencer has handled adversity and threats, and that strong willpower is going to be crucial in defending the ranch. After all, we have no idea what Whitfield is planning. And we saw that he is a bit of a psychopath in this latest episode, seeing how he treated the women in his house. Many fans have questioned whether Jack has what it takes to rise up and defend the farm with his father, so Spencer could be a big difference maker in the big confrontation. If he doesn't make it back in time for the season finale, the Duttons will be at a huge disadvantage if Banner and Whitfield come knocking. This brings us to our next insight. Number 2. An unlikely stop. In Episode 7 of the show, Spencer. After being saved from the capsized ship 2 episodes ago, Spencer and Alexandra have continued to make progress on their way back to Montana, but it doesn't seem to be moving the fastest. Spencer and Alexandra have ended up in Sicily, Italy. This stop makes sense geographically, but if the ship was headed for Marseille, we are not sure why the two did not just remain on the boat until it reached the final destination. We wonder if Spencer and Alexandra parted ways with the cruise liner so that they could avoid immigration issues into France, since immigration concerns were mentioned in the previous episodes. Whatever the reason, the pair are in Sicily now, and they need to get transportation back to the States, and still a train back to Montana. And it doesn't look like they will just be passing through the town either, as it appears that they have run into some unfinished business. This takes us to the next insight on our list. Number 3. The awkward encounter. After a stressful few weeks at sea, Alex and Spencer finally get to enjoy a nice meal in Sicily. But the stressful events and inconveniences don't appear to be letting up just yet. While the two are at the cafe, a group of people walks up, and they look stunned to see Alexandra sitting on Spencer's lap. Right at the front of the group is Alexandra's former fiancé, surrounded by his family. The coincidence of running into the group seems a little too suspicious. The encounter leaves us wondering if someone from the group had been following the couple's location, and if they were planning to catch Spencer and Alex at one of their stops. We don't see what happens next in this meeting, so we wonder whether this will be a brief interaction, or if the family will pose some sort of threat to Spencer and Alex's relationship in Episode 8. If this meeting wasn't by chance, they may be wanting to take Alex back home. Let us know your thoughts about this unexpected meeting in the comments. Do you think there is something suspicious going on? Despite this turn of events, this encounter might not be the only thing that the couple has to worry about during their stay in Sicily. This brings us to our next insight. Number 4. Potential trouble for Spencer ahead. One of the things that stood out from the episode was the moment when Spencer and Alexandra stepped off the boat onto the port. The person who dropped them off with the boat warned them about the risk of the mafia, so we can't help but wonder if the two will have a run-in with the mafia while they are there. We don't think that writer Taylor Sheridan added this line in there to just toss it in for fun. It seems like there is a very good chance that something will go wrong in Episode 8, sparking the attention of the wrong crowd. With all of the potential roadblocks, we don't think we should expect to see Spencer and Alexandra back home anytime soon. Since it has taken the couple multiple episodes just to make it to Sicily, we don't think they will make it all the way from Italy to Montana in the final episode. That is, unless the show does a massive time jump, which we don't think it will either, especially since it looks like there is going to be some business left for Spencer and Alex to handle while in Sicily. Now, for our biggest insight and our final prediction on what will happen in Episode 8 of 1923. Number 5. What happens next? The first season of 1923 has seemed to spend a ton of time building up to a big altercation. But now, with only one episode left in the first season, we don't think that there will be enough time to wrap up all of the storylines that we have questions about. Unfortunately, we think that we are going to end up with more questions than answers at the end of the finale. On top of our question of whether or not Spencer and Alexandra will make it back to Montana, we have plenty of other storylines to close out also. And plenty of questions, like, will Tiana make it out safe without Hank? How will Whitfield and Banner respond to the Duttons getting Banner arrested? Will the mine end up blasting through Dutton land? There are still so many loose ends to tie up, and we can't wait to see how things play out. That being said, we predict that Episode 8 will end with a big cliffhanger of some sort. We think that we will see Whitfield and Banner organize a plan against the Duttons, but we don't think that we will see the big confrontation we have been expecting. If we do, we think that it will leave us on edge until the show returns for its next season. After all, with a confirmed second season coming, there is plenty more time for things to develop. With Taylor Sheridan's writing style, we never know what could happen next. Even the actors themselves don't always know what is coming. For example, Michelle Randolph, who plays Elizabeth, said to The Hollywood Reporter, quote, "We all go back and forth on what we think is going to happen, but creator Taylor Sheridan likes to keep us on our toes. We're just as confused as everyone else. That said, all we can do is wait and see what comes next." The season finale of 1923 will release on February 26th on Paramount+, and we'll be here to break it down when it does. So let us know your thoughts. Do you think that Spencer will make it to Montana by the end of the season? How do you think the events will unfold in the season finale? Tell us your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe so that we can bring you all of the in-depth analysis and updates around 1923 and more of the hottest TV shows and movies out right now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.